In this video, we're going to show you how to install the front driver's side ABS speed sensor on your Cadillac Escalade, located right behind the front wheel. The process for the driver's side is the same for the passenger side. I'm going to pull off the center cap here using your trim tool. Find a little notch here. Twist that off. Set the cover aside. Using a 22mm socket, we're going to loosen and remove our lug nuts. If your vehicle has a locking key on it, go ahead and use the locking key and remove that lug nut. Once you have the lug nuts removed, remove the wheel and set it aside. Now I want to go ahead and disconnect the connector right here to the main harness. I'm going to use my trim tool. I'm going to pry this up. It's going to give us a little more room. Now right here is a red clip. It's a locking clip. You just gently push up on that. You can use your finger, you can use a small pry tool, a little pocket screwdriver. You just want to push that lock up and then press down on the little tab right behind that lock and pull the harness apart. With that free, let's go ahead and move down the harness, use our trim tool. Pry that out. Then this one right behind the rotor here, and do the same thing. Just going to get behind it and pop that out. Go ahead and let that harness hang to the side. Now we want to remove our brake caliper and brake caliper bracket. To do so, we need to remove the two 18mm bolts. To do this, one here, one up top. Now we're using a breaker bar to go ahead and get some leverage on these bolts. And once we have them loose, we can switch over to our ratchet. I'm going to remove the bottom bolt first. Now when removing this upper bolt, make sure that you're holding that brake caliper and bracket in place. You don't want this to fall. And we're going to use a caliper hook here. And what we're going to do is we're going to anchor the caliper and caliper bracket, and we're going to support it off to the side. We don't want to have any premature pressure or stress on this flex hose here. Support that up top. Now on your brake rotor here, you may locate a Torx screw right here holding the rotor to the wheel hub itself. If you don't have this, it's not critical. But if you do have it, use a T30 Torx bit to go ahead, loosen, and remove that. Once you have that screw out, grab the brake rotor, remove it, and set it aside. We want to go ahead and remove this screw here holding our speed sensor into the wheel hub. I'm going to go ahead and spray it down with some solvent. Want to clean this up. We're going to allow that to dry, and then we're going to put some rust penetrant on there, hopefully loosen things up a little bit. Now you want to use a number 5 Allen key to go ahead, loosen, and remove this screw here. We have an extension on there to get us around the backing plate here. On the bottom side here, we should be able to go ahead and move this. Now I'm just kind of twisting this back and forth. You can see that the whole sensor and everything is moving. What I'm going to do is spray a little more rust penetrant in there. Continue moving that. We can see we're able to move it by hand now. I'm going to get my screwdriver in here. You can use another type of pry tool to work on this, but what we want to do is kind of work it out of the wheel hub without breaking this. Now these are fragile. There we go, I popped that out. And there it is right there. Now what I want to do is go ahead and clean this out, get any debris out of there, get it prepared for the new sensor to go in. And we take our new sensor. Now there's a little O-ring around here that's going to help seat it. I'm going to feed this through the back side, line that up, and push it down into place. And wiggle it back and forth as you're pushing that down, get that seated. Now on the factory screw, there was some blue Loctite, so we're going to apply some more fresh blue Loctite. I'm going to tighten that down. Now once that bottoms out, just give it a little bit more. Shouldn't take much. Make sure that's secured. And bring your harness up. I'm just kind of set that over in the back for now. So now go ahead and install our brake rotor. Torque the Allen bolt to 9.5 foot-pounds. Now when installing the brake rotor, you want to make sure that one of the recessed ports here on the rotor lines up with the hole on the hub face. So you can now install the screw if yours has it. Now if you don't have this here, don't worry about the position of it. Just put on the brake rotor and call it good. Go ahead and tighten it down. And now grab our brake caliper, remove the hook, swing our caliper and bracket over, and slide it over. We cleaned out the threads on our bolt and we applied some new Loctite on here. Just some blue Loctite. Line this up. Gonna get that bolt started a few threads. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same for the top. Torque down the caliper bracket bolts to 170 foot-pounds. Install our harness right here. It clips into this little bracket on the back side. Go ahead and line that up and push that in. Now press that in to lock into place there. And do the same for our next unit right here. That's going to press into this bracket. I'm going to connect our connector right here. Line that up, push that in. You want to make sure you feel it lock into place. It'll snap in and then push in on that red lock tab. Once you have that locked into place, go ahead and push that up and press those little lock tabs into that bracket. Now once you have this installed here, I'm going to go ahead and install our front wheel. Once that's all set, you want to go ahead and take your scan tool, hook it up to the computer inside the vehicle, clear any ABS codes that you have, and then go ahead and go for road test. Go ahead and install your wheel. And we're going to get all of our lug nuts started by hand first. Once these are on, we're going to come back and snug them down. Torque down your lug nuts to 140 foot-pounds. Install the center cap. You're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.